Hello there and welcome back to the channel where today we have the Tycoon news yet again every month, and here it is back again. We have a series of stories, 13, 14 again, so without any further ado, let's jump into those stories. We do also have the simulation, city building, and strategy game news as of this month. I thought I'd expand the format, so hopefully you'll stick around for one of them every week. First up, we have a small Kickstarter project called Code Free. Code Free is a police management game where you build and manage a growing police fleet to respond to a multitude of possible emergencies. As you expand this fleet, you will have to invest in new vehicles, buildings, workshops, and unit types and station upgrades. Code Free has a top-down Software Inc. style building tool, allowing you to create premises to manage calls, train staff, build gyms for fitness, and admin offices to manage your administration side of things. While the game is still in development, I think it has the possibility to be a successful game indeed, given the chance, so I encourage you to check it out on Kickstarter at the very least. And I must say, personally, from what I've read and what I've looked at, it looks like it could be a damn good game if it was given the chance to do so. I can't remember. I think it's got a pretty small funding goal and it's still pretty far off. You'll see if you follow the link, but I recommend you follow that once the video is finished. We mentioned City Block Builder a few months back, but since then, a little more information and a few more images have surfaced online. City Block Builder, for those unaware, is a city builder based in the 1950s of Los Angeles, a city considered a modern utopia with the rise of Hollywood imminent. You inherit an old cinema theater, which you'll have to renovate and expand in order to meet the demands of local consumers and make a profit in this new and ever-changing modern-day landscape. Adding to your block, buildings such as restaurants, bowling alleys, a series of shops, newsstands, drive-thrus, clubs, and much, much more. Expanding your original enterprise into an expansive money-making endeavor. City Block Builder has a prospective release date of October 13th, 2020, one of the few games to have an exact release date. Hey! This month, the widely covered Space Haven was released into early access on Steam. For those unaware, Space Haven is a space civilization management game where you and your ragtag crew of individuals are tasked with creating the optimal life support conditions, managing the needs and moods of the crew, and searching the universe for new discoveries, and even somewhere to colonize come the future. You'll be able to create your very own customized spaceship with a series of buildable objects and furniture items to use at your discretion. As you build up your spaceship with these objects, you'll be able to take advantage of a vast amount of rooms that you can use for life support, material production, and resident satisfaction. Space Haven incorporates a deep characterization system, with each character having a series of traits defining them as a unique member of staff. They also come with a series of complicated possible health issues which can occur for you to manage with specialized equipment. As you float through space, completing missions and fighting off alien attacks, you'll be able to do all this and much, much more. Space Haven is currently available on Steam for £18 here in the UK. Next up, we have Car Manufacture. Car Manufacture is an automotive tycoon management game starting somewhere at the beginning of the 1900s. You'll have to build up a production line to construct the latest in automotive technology for your customers, evolving your technologies and your production line to increase your product's appeal and the speed at which you can get a car from a box of parts to a fully functional, drivable vehicle to sell to the highest bidder. In order to star on top of this booming business, you'll have to invest in your staff, invest in your research, and invest in your hardware, ensuring you have happy and satisfied staff who want to work and that they have the latest equipment to increase their working efficiency. Car Manufacturer currently has a prospective release date of some point this year. Freight Tycoon is a freight tycoon game, funnily enough, which may lack fancy 3D graphics, but hopefully includes a large amount of engaging gameplay elements. I say hopefully, given my inability to play the absolute metric ton of games that are released every month. I get given some of them, quite a lot of them, but I just, I have a life, I have to do other stuff. In Freight Simulator, you'll have to try and become a successful transportation entrepreneur, coordinating a multitude of freight transportation vehicles to complete jobs and get the freight to where it needs to be in a speedy and timely fashion. Doing so will increase both your bank balance and your reputation in the business as you grow your company, hiring better employees and purchasing a growing list of better properties and better vehicles. Freight Simulator also includes a stock exchange and an in-game online multiplayer game chat where you can chat with other players and compete in online rankings. Freight Tycoon released this past week to a mixed selection of reviews on Steam. Food Industry is a city management game based in an agricultural and industrial setting. It was in fact recently on Kickstarter, which I missed. I do miss many things, don't get everything on Tycoon News. However, despite missing its goal by a fair margin, the developer still hopes to release into early access instead come the end of this year. Food Industry sees you become a farmer sowing and harvesting a long list of crop types and rearing a series of animals as well. Alongside this, you'll be involved in the manufacturing and construction of automated food lines and the industrial complexes these will inhabit, building up these industrial warehouses to produce a more valuable selection of products from your small farming operation. The cherry on top here being that alongside all this, you'll be tasked with helping the town around you grow and prosper to assist you in your industrial and farming needs, growing your business even more. I've got to say, I'm not entirely sold on Food Industry. It seems to have a heck of a lot of gameplay to cover, a heck of a lot of different areas which may distract from the main focus, but we'll have to see when we get our hands on it. Next up, we have a new upcoming game in the form of Festival Tycoon. Festival Tycoon is a tycoon game focusing on building out a successful festival business. The game focuses on the planning process of creating and constructing a festival, getting acts and providing the correct facilities for your prospective guests. Then on to, of course, the finances of running this festival with the need for good acts on a finite budget and cheap and affordable ticket prices for your prospective guests if you want them to come by the droves. Festival Tycoon will also feature a real-time strategy element to its gameplay, alongside its classical Tycoon gameplay. This is to quote the website, and to further quote the website, the main features in List Farm would be the ability to plan and build a festival layout, book fitting bands for your festival, set ticket prices, find sponsors, and of course make your visitors as happy as possible. The site lacks in-depth details on what you could possibly do in Festival Tycoon at this moment. However, you can go and check out the early gameplay demo on itch.io for free. House Flipper was an incredibly popular first-person house repair tycoon game, and it seems to have laid the groundwork for other games to follow, with the Tenants in development and now House Flipper City. House Flipper City is a unique real estate business management game, allowing you to buy flats, housing, and commercial premises from around the city, which would probably be in a sorry state of disrepair, and you'll be able to repair and rejuvenate these buildings. You can draw from a long list of objects, paints, colorings, finishes, to personalize the look of these flipped properties. You can sell these properties and as you clean them up and redecorate, or you can decide to profit via alternative methods such as renting them out to prospective tenants instead. House Flipper City looks damn good in my mind, like a top-down, more management-focused version of House Flipper. The game hopes to release in Q4 of this year, all going to plan. The recent release of Good Company into early access was appreciated by many, with the game holding a mostly positive rating on Steam at the time of writing the script. Since release, there has been a series of small updates and patches to fix bugs and balance the game. Good Company is a tycoon management simulation about building and automating a robot manufacturing empire. You'll be able to design products for your every evolving production line, creating a bigger and more efficient line for your modern electronics to be manufactured upon. There appears to be a solid early access roadmap planned out for the game, which is good. That means it's not going to be disappearing like many early access games have done in the past. There seems to be a solid team behind it and a solid plan. You can purchase Good Company right now on Steam for $19.99. That's in pounds in the UK. I'm in Scotland, you know. Yeah. Movie World is a movie tycoon game where you create, build, and manage a budding movie studio to procure a wide range of entertainment. The movie business in real life is a great way to make a lot of money, or lose a lot of money, and that's exactly what it's like in Movie World, except it's not your money! So you can do whatever the hell you like, well, within reason, you know, don't kill someone or something and cover it up with your Hollywood money. That would be a bad idea. Movie World allows you to build a movie studio from a wide selection of possible buildings. You can customize the function and layout of your studio with these tools. With this studio that you've built, you can produce movies, TV series, and even create your own franchises from popular films you may produce. As you grow, you'll have to research new technologies in the industry for your films and use your marketing team to analyze the market and create targeted content to amplify your profit and review scores. That's, you know, Netflix. Movie World seems like a fairly expensive game right now. However, it has no current release date, so it's got a long time to work on those features. In a slightly weird change of events, we have a game called Timberborn. It's not a weird game, it's just, you know, it's got a weird setting. I'll get to that. Timberborn is set on a world where humanity are long ago extinct, and society is now run by lumberjack beavers of all, you know, things for the earth to be run by, all species. You have the choice to play as one of 3 of these lumberjack beaver races as you create your own little wooden civilization. Timber civilization, I guess you could say. Timberborn will come with a lengthy timber tech tree with a series of buildings which you can build with wood using the powerful modular construction system. A couple of these games are coming with more modular construction systems where you can merge buildings together. They look quite interesting. Timberborn will come with a series of additional features listed as a day-night cycle, a series of beaver well-being mechanics, and a map editor to create your own settings to build and manage your beaver settlement on. It looks like a very interesting game, and I really do want to play it, and I hope you will too. Railroad Corporation will have its first DLC in June, on the 4th to be exact. This DLC is called the Civil War DLC. This new DLC will come with 5 new missions and a new campaign, the ability to capture cities by transferring troops to them, buildings to recruit soldiers and officers, the ability to produce a series of munitions to ferry across the country, productions for other military supplies such as uniforms and, you know, more munition type ideas, and 7 new commodity buildings and a final battle mechanic will all be included in this new upcoming DLC. So if you want to check it out, I'd recommend, or I mean if you are a Railroad Corporation fan, I'd highly recommend that you check it out. Video Editor Tycoon, a £2 Tycoon game focusing on managing a video editing business, was released this week. A very cheap Tycoon game at £2. In Video Editor Tycoon, you'll have to generate enough funding to keep your struggling business alive in the competitive video editing market. Video Editor Tycoon allows you to choose from 20 different characters and partake in 11 unique missions, although the Steam page does contradict itself. It says 11 in some places and 10 in some places, so you know, you can't really trust them really, which is worrying. As you take on more contracts and expand your operations, you'll have to make and ensure that you make a profit to prevent your company from shutting down. Before you go, I'd like to ask you to comment what you think of Tycoon News right now. We haven't done one of this kind of things in a while, more of a poll in the comments kind of thing. What do you think of it? Do you like the way it's presented? Is there anything you think that could be improved? Do you think I am not a good presenter? Do you think the scripting isn't quite there? Or do you think the graphics and everything on screen is not up to par? Anything you think, anything good or bad or ugly, put it in the comments and we'll see how it goes. Until then, thank you for watching and cheerio.